Hello, this is Joshua Riddle, proud co-founder of Collaborative Realty Group over at eXp Realty, and I'm really excited today about this partner interview. And I say partner because Dennis is an independent realtor. He's a fantastic agent, works incredibly hard, very, very knowledgeable about the industry, has a really, really solid background. And he decided to join us with CRG and come in and partner with us and share his wisdom. So I wanted to introduce you guys to Dennis. Dennis, how are you, buddy?
I'm good, Joshua. Thank you for having me on today.
Yeah, man. So excited to have you on here. I mean, how long have you been part of our group?
I joined up with CRG 15 months ago. So,
Beautiful.
pushing a year and a half.
Okay. How, and just curious, how's your experience been with CRG? We'll talk about EXP quickly here in a second, but so far with CRG, our group, who's not a team, I want to, continue to make sure people know that we're not a team, we're different. How's your experience been?
I mean, it's been amazing. I mean, it's I don't really have a lot to compare it to, having not been in the industry before. But I mean, if I think if everybody had a group of supporting people like I have now with CRG, I don't know how anybody would fail in real estate. And I know that there's a very high failure rate. So it must be because folks are lacking what we have here.
Yeah, and and don't be so modest. I mean, Dennis, with your background, what was your background before you actually got licensed?
I owned a commodities brokerage for 14 years. So I was
Mhm.
trading, trading markets. And so I had some experience, not in real estate, but talking to people and, having multiple conversations a day about, about money and things like that. So I wasn't intimidated coming into real estate to have conversations with people about something I maybe quite didn't understand as well as that I do now. But I think that one, element of not having fear of conversation was what helped me. But truthfully, I mean, I wouldn't know what I was doing, and I wouldn't have had the support and the guidance and the encouragement to do all of that if it wasn't for having met up with you guys.
Well, and ditto, man. I can clearly tell you that like some of the things that you brought to our group have been super valuable, and with your training on some of the resources that we have over here at EXP is just it's so valuable because you are you're attentive to detail, right? To be in the industry that you were before real estate, you have to be. You're extremely well spoken, right? And you can break it down, and you've really helped train a lot of our agents on a couple of topics that are really important and you're very knowledgeable in. So we can't even thank you enough for that experience as well.
Yeah, well, hey, it's I was anxious to learn all the tools that were available, and once I was able to get a handle on it, it was fun to share it with people. It actually helps me learn it a little bit better to be able to explain it again to somebody else.
Yeah, it does. It really does. When you're teaching, you learn just as well. So quickly, what's your experience been with EXP?
I mean, it's amazing. You hear a lot of people talk about getting into the real estate industry or any industry for that matter, and it's going to take some time for you to get your feet wet. And my experience has been a little bit different than that, honestly. I mean, with EXP, I've had the tools to really just dive right in. I've closed, I think, close to 30, maybe 32 transactions in the last 15 months. I think I'm around, close to 15 million in sales volume, including a couple of referrals that I referred out of state to other EXP agents. And I mean, I've made a full-time thing out of this already in 15 months.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you've been killing it, man. It's been so fun to watch you grow and just take your passion and your skill set and put it to work. And 32 transactions in 15 months is unbelievable, right? That's incredible. A lot of work,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
It is a lot of work, but I was just talking to one of the people who I sponsored into EXP, and she was, asking about how what my plan was coming in at the early stages because she's a couple of months in as an agent, and I said I took everything. I took every kind of deal that came my way, whether it was something that had some splits on it, whether it was OpCity or whether it was Zillow Flex or whether it was referrals from the workplace. I mean, I took everything. I took leases. I took anything that would come my way to help me build my sphere because I didn't really have anything in Phoenix. I'm not from here originally. I've lived in Arizona for 6 years. And, having run my other business before, it was kind of, work from home sort of a thing. I didn't have coworkers that I could go let everybody know that I'm now selling real estate and come buy or sell the house with me. So I had to just, build a sphere from scratch. And the way to do that was to take every kind of deal that came my way and not be picky or choosy about what kinds of business that I would accept. And that's been a blessing because, and I learned that from you guys. I mean, you guys were always encouraging us to take whatever kind of business we could to expand our sphere. And by doing that, I have now gotten referrals from those transactions that I don't have to pay splits on, that I have turned into, multi-transaction deals and even potentially multi-million-dollar transactions. So that's all come from me just accepting everything that came my way and trying to turn that into long-term business.
Well, it's beautiful. I mean, there's a lot of realtors in this business that don't succeed and they always make excuses. Certainly growing up in the same area for a lifetime is a huge benefit. The fact that you came out here and been out here for 6 years working from home, and then also you started a real estate business and you've grown it to 15 transactions in your first 15, or 32 transactions in your first 15 months. Like, that's incredible. Like, that, for those that just don't know, that's not easy to do. It's an incredible number. And what's cool about it, what's cool about Collaborative Realty Group is, like, Dennis, like, you share your secrets with us, don't you?
I do. I mean, anything that I learned that could be helpful to anybody else, we talk about it every Monday. We have opportunities to ask questions when we're not getting something, but chances are, if you encounter something in this business that you're not sure about, you're going to get an answer to that on one of our Monday meetings. And if you learn something that's useful to you, or do you think it would be useful to other agents, you have an opportunity to share that, and it's actually really fulfilling to be able to kind of do that and say, hey, look, I know there's a few other people that this might be useful for. Try this, and when it works, it's you get a sense of gratification out of that.
Beautiful thing, man. Well, any other advice for agents that are considering EXP, considering CRG, like, just anybody out there that might be watching this video, just curious to better their business? What would you have to say about, both EXP and CRG?
Well, first EXP, because I didn't come from another brokerage, but from what I've experienced and talking to my family's been in the real estate business for a long time. My stepdad was a real estate broker for an independent for almost 50 years, and I get some input from him watching what I'm doing with EXP, and he is blown away. He's retired now, but if he was in the business, I mean, if he keeps on saying, if he had the tools that we have at EXP, the training, the mentorship, the support, the ability to work from a cloud, and the fact that we can do transactions so quickly and efficiently, I mean, he would have had a completely different experience in the business over the last 50 years. And so I think that's real encouraging. And then on the CRG side, what I really like about what we have going here with CRG that you guys have created is that it really truly is the anti-team team. I hear a lot of people talk about, hey, should I join this team or that team? And one of the biggest things that I find them struggling with is that if they were to join a team and get the benefits of what a team is intending to provide, they have to give up a huge split of their income, and for almost indefinitely. I mean, if you want to stay on that team forever. And what I love about what you guys have done is that we get a lot of those benefits, all of those benefits for the most part. I mean, without having to give up a split, we get all the encouragement, the support, the guidance, the resources. I mean, everything from marketing material to, help with contracts to, people who can go out and show homes for you when you happen to be on vacation. I mean, we've gotten all of that. And I love that you guys have been able to put together a group that's afforded me the opportunity to have those resources.
Thanks, man. I appreciate the kind words. I can easily say you're a huge part and contributor to our group. It wouldn't be as valuable as it is without you. So thank you so much for today and taking the time to just share a couple words about your experience. And would it be okay if anybody has any more questions about our group or our brokerage? Would it be okay if they reached out to you?
Absolutely. I would love to share.
Okay, cool. So yeah, look at his name, find him on Facebook. If you have any questions about EXP or Collaborative Realty Group, reach out to Dennis. He'd be happy to break it down for you and explain all the good things about what we have here and help you out. And of course, I'm always available as well if you want to hear from a second perspective. But we're just here to help agents be better, get better, and change their lives. Dennis, man, thank you so much for your time, brother. It was good to see you today, and we will certainly see you on Monday for our next meeting.
Yes, sir. Talk to you soon, Joshua. Thanks, man.
Cheers, buddy.
All right. Bye.